our next class. I am your 8th class physics teacher. I hope you all are following your social distance measures, right? Do not come out in public places if you don't have any work, okay? It is strictly prohibited, please don't come out. And in our next class where we were at the same topic where I have already explained how many forces are acting along the car. Now we are about to solve the problem, that is net force, that is horizontally, how it is, what is the net force horizontally and what is the net force vertically acting. Those problems I was about to tell you, right? Okay. So students, here again let me remind you, this side is plus side, this side is minus side, and again in vertical direction this is your plus side and downward is your negative side. That's what you need to understand. And again, how many forces? Gravity is a force which is pulling the car downward, and normal is the force which is pushing the car upward. They both are cancelling each other. That is why the car is steady, or else it should have flown, right? Or it should have flown like a bird, or it should have what? Gone inside the land. It is not possible. Both of the things are cancelling each other. That is why the car is steady. But in the one case, the car is not steady. That is what the car is moving in forward direction, right? Why it is moving in forward direction? It is moving in forward direction because engine's force is overpowering the friction. The engine's force is overpowering the friction. Here, in this direction, engine is saying the car to move in negative side. But the friction, see, if the car is moving that side, the friction will eventually act exactly opposite, right? So here we need to write which is positive, which is negative, which is plus, which is minus. Okay, we will write. So let me write here. Here I write. Please pay attention. Here I write. First, which force? Let us talk about force of engine. Force of engine is what? Plus, right? So let me write here force of engine. What we will take? Force applied by engine, capital F. Suppose we will take capital F. But how we will take plus sign or minus sign? We will take minus sign. Why? Because it is in this direction in the graph. So I take here this is as minus sign. While writing, I write minus F. Consider this one. Second, force of friction. That is friction by road. Friction by road. Right? I take small f. This is plus sign. This should be taken as plus. Okay? Next, normal forces. You know normal forces here on the tire it is okay applied upward direction, so they should be taken as plus. So I write here normal forces. What I take normal forces, why I wrote? Because two normal forces are acting, right? Two normal forces on tire 1 and tire 2. So I will write N1, comma, N2. There are two normal forces which are acting upon the wheels of the car. Okay. Next what it is, students? Next we will consider gravity. Gravity which is cancelling, right? This is cancelling all the things. So I will write gravity for W. Here force of gravity, I take W. Okay. Now we will go for the net force. Now we will calculate the net force horizontally and net force vertically. Horizontal net force in the sense, as you can see here, this is your horizontal direction. Here two forces are acting, force of engine as well as force of friction of road, both. So we will calculate here. So let me take another chalk. Okay. Here I write F net. What I do? That is minus F plus small f minus f plus small f, or small f minus capital F. You can write it. So this is what our horizontal force, horizontal net force we got. We got our horizontal net force, right? Next we will get vertical. Vertically, what are the forces which are acting? So I will write here again F net. Right? I will write here F net. What I will write? See, this is horizontal means x axis, vertical means y axis. Okay. So this is your x axis. Now this is your y axis. F net is here. What are the F net? Here, first is n1 plus s2, n1 plus n2 minus w. Right? Why w is minus? Because it is going downward. Both n and n1 are plus. So here w is what? Negative, because it is pulling downward. The direction is downward, and n1 and n2 direction is upward. So they are plus. So I write here n1 plus n2 minus w. Did you get it? Did you get it, students? This is the way you should calculate your net force on a free body diagram. Okay? I hope you all can do this one perfectly. Please look at that one again. Let me remind you and let me recap for you all, guys. The thing is, we are calculating here net force on a free body diagram. If you are drawing any free body diagram, you must take it in a graph, or you can draw the graph side by. Okay, there you need to understand the sign convention. Sign convention in the sense you need to take plus or minus. That one you should consider. Here, the body which is moving x-axis in left side. See, this is your x-axis. If your body is moving left side, then the left side moving force, the region of force which is driving left side should be taken as negative. Should be taken as negative. If the region of the force which is pulling or pushing the body in right side, then you will take it as positive. Then what about y-axis? If the body is getting a force, it is they are experiencing a force, and that force is trying to push up or pull up the body, then you will consider that force as plus. If it is trying to pull it down, then you will consider it as negative. If it is trying to pull it down, then you will consider it as negative. So here gravity we have taken as negative, because gravity will always pull down and normal force will always push up. So we will take it as positive. And after that, what it was? After that we have, okay, engine is trying to move the car towards left direction. So we will take force of engine is minus. And if engine is going in left side, obviously friction, which is the nature is opposite, so it will go in right side direction, so we will take it as positive. And we got the result net plus, we will combine just both of them. F net is equal to F1 plus F2. Here the value of F is minus F, so minus F plus F. Here F net is equal to again plus 1 plus F, like F1 F2. Here F1 is what? Normal forces, that is N1 plus S, N2 minus W. This is what the product we got, and this is the end of our how to calculate the net force. Now let me go through what forces can do. What are things forces can do, right? Okay. So here, students, I'll try to explain you little bit things, and in our next class I'll write it down all of them. Okay? So listen carefully. Effects of forces. Basically, we will call it as effects of forces. What are the effects which are done by force? First thing is, a force can change the state of motion. If a football is steady, if you are kicking it, it starts to move, right? So here what we can conclude is that football was in a motion where it is at all not moving, or you can consider it as potential. It was in potential, but when you gave force, it started moving. So force can change the state of motion of a body. First point. Second one, force can change the direction of a moving object. How? Have you ever seen a carom board? Have you played carom board, right? In carom board, what we people used to do? We used to what? We used to like we will take the striker, and with the striker we will strike, right? It will go, it will hit a particular like your red or blue or white, whatever may be the thing kept over there. It will strike the wall, again it will come back, right? Here, because of force, the body is moving, like the direction it is changed. Or I'll give you a little bit simple one. Let me, you are playing cricket, right? Okay. A bowler comes and he is throwing the ball, right? So when he is throwing the ball, he is throwing in a direction which is very fast. The batsman, what he is doing, see the direction, the ball is coming in this way. Now he just gave a shot. So here the ball, at first it was coming in this direction. After applying force, it is going in that direction. So here a force can change the direction of a moving object. Second point, I hope you all got it. Third, a force can change the shape of object. This one I think you all are acquainted with. If you are going to a garage or Godrej shop or some mechanical shop, there you will see lot of person used to hit with a hammer to particular objects so that the objects will change their shape. What makes you think that an iron piece turned into a pottery or an iron piece turned into a bench? How? First they used to melt it, they will melt, then they will hit it hard until and unless they are coming to a particular shape, right? So an effect of force is that they can change the shape of an object, okay? So students, these are the things which we need to learn, these are the things which we need to understand. The effects of force, there are so many different type of effects are there, but broadly we have taken these three effects. First, a force can change the state of object. That means it will say that a steady object will start to move or a moving object can stop. You can take an example of cycle. The bicycle, if you are moving, like you are going too fast, you will apply the brake, the cycle stops. So force will say that the moving object should stop, right? It is because of force. And a simple object like the steady object will start to move. It is also because of force. So if you desire, I write the points, the effects of forces. Please stay with me. Effects of force. What are the effects? First effect is you can change can change the state of motion. How? If an object is ideal, it will start to move. It will make ideal object to move, or it will make moving object to stop. It will make the moving object stop. See, I am explaining why, because you need to understand. This point is not given in your book. So please note it down. Okay? And don't skip your video, students. Next, it can change the direction of a moving object. Whatever object it is moving, it will change the direction. You can take example of bicycle, you can take an example of cricket, bowler and batsman. You can take bike also, used to apply force. A upon our hand and our handle so that it will change our direction. And next, it can change the shape of an object. You can take example of spring, you can take example of our household moms used to make rotis, right? Those, a lot of example you can take where you can see that the force can change the shape of an object. So this is the end of our session, the end of our fourth chapter, students. In our next class we will read about pressure. You know what is pressure, right? About pressure we will read. So till now activity number 12 we have completed. So please go through, read nicely. Sorry, we have completed up to activity number 13, page number 14. Okay? In our next class we will meet with a new lesson, pressure. Until then, bye students.